Cha is here today in Phoenix Village in Lugu Township. Phoenix Village is the heart of Dongding Oolong Tea country, you might say, along with the neighboring village of Jiangyachun and Yonglongchun. And here we have a very special event where 5 elderly tea masters are representing their tea making methods to younger tea farmers and in particular the Lugu Farmers Association Tea Judging Club. So the Lugu Farmers Association has organized this event to introduce hands-on to the younger generation of tea judges what exactly is traditional Dongding Oolong tea methods. And we are happy and proud to say that we know 3 out of 5 of these elderly masters quite well. We've been sourcing tea from them for years, and to arrive here and say hello to them as if we were visiting an old friend is really a special thing. So in this room is where the second basic step of tea making happens. After the first one, which we saw outside this morning, where the leaves are spread on the ground, and that is called solar withering, the leaves are brought indoors and continue the same basic process. This is called indoor withering, where it's a much longer, gradual and subtle process of the leaves being depleted of their moisture. And at this stage, they're beginning to oxidize, where the leaves will start to turn a little bit red around the very edges and at the stem center. And this is what makes oolong tea, this oxidation process that's very slow and requires finesse in producing the optimal effect in the oxidation of the leaves. So the leaves sit on these racks. This is the modern version. For larger scale production. These are metal screens that the leaves sit on, and the air circulates from underneath the screens and allows exposure so that moisture depletion can happen most evenly and effectively. Intermittently, they're taken off the racks here and put into these bamboo cylinders. And this is what's called jiaoban in Chinese. It's basically tumbling, and it stimulates the circulation in the leaves to bring them back to life, basically, and this slows the oxidation down so that it'll happen more evenly throughout the leaf. Before this modern invention, these bamboo trays were used, and so the leaves were spread on bamboo trays. And when using this more traditional method, small production, you can pull the tray off and shuffle the leaves by hand, and that's done before the leaves are put in the tumbler. So the initial shuffling is done by hand, and then the secondary shuffling is done in these large tumblers where the effect is stronger. And they do that right up until the point where the leaves are exposed to high heat to cease the oxidation process. And that'll happen late tonight, sometime after midnight actually. So this is the longest and most substantial processing stage for making oolong tea. This is Tony Lin from the Lugu's Farmers Association. He put on this event once last year, and this is the second annual event of this workshop. So how did you decide to have this class? What made you decide to do it?
Because I think the Oolong Tea is kind of very special taste, and not very popular, just high mountain tea.
Right.
Smelling fragrance.
Right.
So I want to keep the specific Oolong Tea, this taste and aroma and flavor.
Character of Tumbling tea.
So I think this is very important to invite the old people and to keep the tradition.
Right. And we also want to introduce the host of this event. This is Mr. Lin, and we're here in his factory, the Anshan Mingta. This is a very beautiful tea factory. It's won 5 stars in the national rating here of sanitation. And he's generously offered his space to have an event that, to me, is one of the most significant representatives of preserving what Taiwan, the specialty tea that Taiwan has, and particularly the traditional skill that goes into making this specialty tea. So we're really happy to be here today. 谢谢你跟林大哥用你们的空间来演奏，我觉得是真的很特别的一件事情。谢谢。